Before we start, I just want to say this. If you're watching this because your mind won't shut up, because you replay conversations, imagine worst-case scenarios, or get stuck in loops you can't seem to break, you're not doing anything wrong. You're not weak, and you're definitely not broken. And this isn't a character flaw. It's something the human brain does under stress, uncertainty, or when it's trying to protect you. My name is Reyes, and I have a master's in forensic psychology, and I'm the founder of The Balanced Coach. I know this personally because I deal with this too. And I also know this professionally because this is what I do. This is something that's been studied in psychology for years. What I want to share today isn't a motivational speech, and it is definitely not therapy. It's a skill, one that is evidence-based, simple, and surprisingly effective, that I use in my own life and also with my coaching clients when intrusive thoughts and overthinking take over. So if your brain is loud right now, you are in the right place. Let's talk about it. Let me say this up front. If you have intrusive thoughts or you overthink everything, you are not alone. I deal with this too. What? This isn't me talking at you, it's one human explaining something that's helped me and several of my clients not spiral when my thoughts or their thoughts start running the show. This skill is called cognitive defusion, and the term itself comes from psychology, specifically acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT. It's an evidence-based concept and it's used clinically, and research shows it helps reduce anxiety, rumination, and emotional reactivity.
That idea is literally the greatest idea I have ever heard in my life.
Now, just to be clear, I'm not doing therapy here. I'm not diagnosing anything or treating mental illness. What coaching does is help people apply psychological principles as practical skills in real-life moments. And this is one of those skills. Honestly, it's one of the few that actually works when your brain won't stop talking. So here's the part most people don't realize. The problem isn't the thought. The problem is that your brain delivers thoughts like facts, and your nervous system reacts before you even get a say. So the thought shows up like, you messed up, or they are mad at you, or this is going to end badly. And your body immediately goes into, okay, danger, let's panic.
Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
That's what we call cognitive fusion, when you are glued to the thought. When the thought feels like your truth instead of just information. Cognitive defusion is learning how to unglue. So let me give you a really common example. You replay a conversation, you remember one sentence you said, and suddenly your brain goes, why would you say that? That was so weird. They definitely noticed.
So if you're from Africa, why are you white?
Oh my God, Karen, you can't just ask people why they're white.
And what most of us do in that moment is argue with the thought, spiral with it, or try to convince ourselves it's not true.
No. Wait.
None of that really helps. What helps is changing how you relate to the thought. Sometimes I will literally repeat the thought in a ridiculous voice, like I'll take it, whoa, you're so embarrassing.
Hey everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
And say it in a cartoon voice or a dramatic soap opera narrator voice. And I know that sounds silly, but that's the point, because neurologically speaking, when you do that, your brain starts processing the thought as sound, not truth. You create distance. You're not denying the thought, you're not fighting the thought, you're just not letting it sit in the driver's seat. That is cognitive defusion. And here is why it works. From a neuroscience perspective, thoughts are just mental events, words and images generated by the brain. They are not commands, they are not predictions, and they are not facts.
Yeah.
When you create distance by observing the thought, labeling it, or changing how you hear it, the emotional charge drops. Studies show this reduces anxiety and rumination because your nervous system realizes, oh, we're not actually in danger. This is just a thought. Now, instead of just talking about this, I want to walk you through a few ways you can practice this right now. Nothing complicated, and to be honest, nothing really dramatic. Just small shifts that create a space. So whatever you are, just notice what thoughts are passing through your mind. You don't have to change them. You don't have to judge them. Just notice. Can you notice one thought? Good. Now, take that same thought and gently add this phrase in front of it. I notice I'm having the thought that, and fill in the gap. Say it slowly in your mind. Notice what that does. You didn't make the thought disappear, but you probably created a little space between you and the thought. Another way to do this is to give your mind a name. Some days mine is the prosecutor, especially with my husband.
Whoa. Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
And other days, it's worst case scenario guy. So when a thought shows up, I'll internally go, there you are again. But now I don't do it in a sarcastic way. It's more so just a matter of fact type of way. You're not fighting the thought. You're not obeying it. You're observing it. That's all you have to do. And one of my favorite ones, especially when anxiety is high, is to thank your mind. When a scary or intrusive thought shows up, you can say, thank you, mind. I know you're trying to protect me because that's actually what's happening. Anxiety isn't broken, it's just overprotective. Now, I want to speak directly to those of you who share my faith, because this is where all of this clicked for me on a deeper level. In 2 Corinthians 10:5, Scripture says, we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. For a long time, I thought that meant I was supposed to control my thoughts, suppress them, or somehow force myself to only think good things. But that never worked. And honestly, it just made me feel more guilty. What I've come to understand is that taking a thought captive doesn't mean pretending it doesn't exist. It means noticing the thought, not automatically believing in it, and choosing what aligns with truth instead of fear. It means recognizing that not every thought comes from God, and not every thought deserves authority in your life. Cognitive defusion actually supports this idea. You notice the thought, you create a space, and then you choose what voice you're going to follow. Prayer becomes that pause. Scripture becomes that anchor, and trust replaces the need to control every mental moment you have. If you're not someone who identifies as a Christian or faith-driven person, that's okay too. The skill still works, because at its core, this isn't about religion.
I know what you're playing.
It's about learning that you are not your thoughts. You don't need to silence your mind. You don't need to control it. You just need to stop letting it run your life unchecked. If this helped even a little, sit with that. And remember, having intrusive thoughts doesn't mean something is wrong with you. Most of the time, it just means your brain is trying, maybe a little too hard to keep you safe. So if you liked this video, if this helped you in any way, even just a little bit, like it, subscribe, and follow for more. I'll see you in the next one.